It's just good. But I love that
Hey.
I would rather have quality than quantity any day. Hey, buddy, you're
Hey,
quality
man.
for
Oh,
sure.
it was just, what's up? How's it going? I've seen you
Oh,
on
good.
here a lot and really been stoked that you have like been doing the Jerry Lewis telethon lately and
Yes.
talking to people about all the changes and encouraging
Well,
people and all this stuff. I've been watching a lot kind of in the background because I've been busy, but great to see you, man. Hey,
I've
Eric.
always been a fan of you. You know that.
Good to
And
see
I've
you,
said that
Revolution.
for, way beyond Haps. I've always thought that you were a character. And I love unique flavors. And this is what this needs is I've never seen you pass out or doing a bong on your broadcast. But if you have investors, and hear me out, if you have investors and they want to invest millions of dollars into your let's call this a startup, you can't have people on there not showing themselves respect.
It's interesting because I do like on a Friday night, and my
Hmm.
guest knows it, right? I mean, we agree because Friday night's a looser night. I mean, I'll smoke some weed. I have weed for
Hmm.
medical marijuana purposes, and you know what I mean. But like, I'm definitely not firing up bong hits. But I've also looked at internet IP advertising
Hmm.
for in Illinois, like when my with my podcast, where if you're in Illinois, one of my advertisers could be, one of the weed companies, but I
Hmm.
definitely would not come on your show and like take a drag off of my vape unless asked you. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
that's not me. I'm not rude like that.
I just realized something out of just pure luck. I can drag my photo up to the top. Did you know you can do that and switch
Yes,
it?
I just
Yeah,
discovered that.
I
yeah.
didn't know that. That's awesome. So we can see the radiant beauty of Eric right now, or
Yes, what a
the
handsome man.
manly interpretations here with his camera in front of him. So how many different streams are you on currently? Oh, and the other thing is, what is your influence numbers, by the way? Like, they
Oh,
have this influence thing. I was curious what yours was. You
okay,
know how
well,
they have the collective influence number because everybody's stressed out right now. You've got to have 10,000 followers
10,000.
or be one of the original OGs. I
OG.
don't.
Yeah.
You should not use the whitelist. Sorry, people, as a name,
Oh, okay. Yeah,
and you should
right.
not use blacklist
Oh,
as
agree
a name.
100%.
You see what you see where I'm going?
I called it
So,
yeah. Well,
like to
wait.
me, you're one of the original OGs. I'm
Thank
okay
you. I
with that.
mean, pretty darn close, right? I mean,
Yeah,
when
original
did you
gangster
start?
like me. We've been around for a while.
What month did you start?
I've been on now 333 days, which is a
Okay,
power
so
number. Hi,
I'm
Joseph.
very close, maybe 300 something, like, because I lost my streak a while back. Right now I'm actually broadcasting on my channel,
Yes.
and I've also got a secondary old account that I had. It's like at politics at Hap.
Hmm.
So if you're on my channel, you can see me in two different versions. You can see me on the phone there. Now I have 25,000 followers between Facebook and Twitter. 21,000 on Twitter and about
That's
5,000 on
enough.
Facebook, I
You
think.
only need
So,
10. And the
yes.
other thing is too, let's say that I had 5,500 and you had 4,000, 50. Can we do math on the fly? I think we can. We would make the criteria. But if you
Yes.
only had 4,000 and I only had 4,000, I'd go, can we call someone who's got 2,000 followers?
Exactly. Now,
And
the question, Michael, is if the person that starts the stream though, if if you and I both have 3,000 and Eric has, 4,000 or whatever, and I start the stream, if I invite you to and you accept, I would think
Mhm.
at that point, if I add you and we're not live, we go, right? I mean, so really, because I was
I
talking
don't
about
I I
this.
I don't think they're gonna be able to monitor this, to be
Yeah, well,
honest with you.
no, but I'm just saying, even in terms of activating it, right? You've got to be able
Love
to
that word, by the way. I get
activate.
excited when you say that word, honestly, I get a little excited. I gotta admit. It's a beautiful thing. There you go.
But I would. Is that how it works? So let's say I
I
have,
don't know how it works. That's the truth.
yeah,
That's why we're on here right now. Yeah, I
yeah,
like that. Mike's telethon with
yeah.
the band of very very unhappy guests.
Look, um, you know,
Tell me
Michael.
what's working with it and tell me what's not working with it because I respect your opinion. So,
Well, okay, so let me break it down
mhm,
in terms of the technical stuff, and I want to say I don't, I've been around a long time, right? And I am
mhm,
100% transparent. Mark Goldman and I are friends. You know what I mean? We're
mhm,
friends, and but this is business. You know what I mean? So I
mhm.
delineated that myself,
That was my
delineated
bong.
that
Go ahead, sorry.
for
Yeah.
myself months ago when Mark and I clearly became friends, right? And
Yes.
I knew at some point in my relationship with Mark that there would probably be decisions that they would make from a business standpoint that I'd be like, business is business, right? I'm not
Right.
happy about all of this, but I'm not going anywhere. And I think that I believe in David, Drew, and Mark. I know David a
Yeah.
bit. David has connected me with some folks that I'm starting to produce some stuff with, and
Mhm.
like I said, Mark and I, we know each other. When I was out in
Joseph, I invited
California,
you up if you wanna come up. Go
when
ahead. I am
when I was in
listening to you.
California, I hung out with Mark at the little beach house in Malibu,
Mhm,
and had lunch and had a nice time. But Haps has changed. It's not what it was before. This is the third iteration of Haps. From a technical standpoint, in my opinion, and I have no
mhm,
inside information as why I was giving all that
mhm,
transparency, there are people that are much tighter with the group at Haps, right? You might be a part of
mhm.
that group. I don't know that, have been kind of working on this, transformation or whatever, but I haven't been around a lot. But I believe in David. I believe in Mark and Drew because he's a part of their team. But like I said, I don't
Mhm.
know Drew very well. And I believe that their best intention is, of course, to get money to their investors. That's,
Yes.
that's their job. They got $4.5 million
Yes.
dollars. Those investors want to see a return on that money. But I also believe that they do have the the fundamental best interest of their members or whatever we are,
Yep.
um, at heart. I really do.
Mhm.
But at the end of the day, business is business. And you've got to be able to kind of accept that.
You gotta
And
pay the bills.
yeah, and
You
look,
gotta pay the bills. That's the bottom line. Warm, dry,
this is
fed.
not the platform that is going to fill all of my needs in terms of what I'm trying to do. But that's okay because that was already transitioning anyway. Now that it's changed, and I like this. I
Listen,
like
for one
this.
second, I gotta read this comment. This
Creators,
is bizarre. You ready? You ready for
yeah.
this? I invited him up, and this is his response, Joseph. I'm good. I'm still activating my colon. It could
um,
get pretty dicey on my end.
hey, let
What?
it go. Let it go. Let it
Free your
go.
mind. You know what? Free your mind and your ass will
Free your
follow. There you
mind.
go. All
Just
right.
ease those bowels. Um, the no, but um, man, I mean, I'm just, for better or worse, um, just give these guys a break. Give them a chance. I know it wasn't a perfect rebranding or relaunching. I think, in my opinion, we're still in some
Mhm.
kind of beta test, right?
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
And
Totally agree.
this is my first time on somebody else's show. It's my first time having two people on the screen on my show because I used two different accounts.
Yeah.
And I'm okay with this already. You know what I
I
mean?
love it.
Like, I'm
It's light.
fine. Like, I can have my musical guests, I can put them in the top box. Man, they can be center focus, right? So,
Yeah.
um, you make
The
it work.
We are gonna get more features though, and I said this the other day. I think it's like dating. You know, when your first date, you hold hands, you go to
Hmm.
dinner, you might get a peck on the cheek. Third date, you might get a few more features. You know what I mean? I'm hoping that this experience is like that, but I hope to keep it lean and light because then the average person can use their phone, use their crappy computer, and build a brand. The thing is, it shouldn't be that difficult to get a few individuals together and find 10,000 followers amongst you.
Oh yeah, what is it? East Valley Paranormal. What is her name? Hizzy. So she's still in my room, I think, right now. And I said, look,
Hmm.
Hizzy, on a Saturday night, I don't broadcast much. So if you want to
Yeah.
go on at 8 Mountain Time, I'll open up the room. You know what I mean? You
Hmm.
guys do what you want to do. I'll sit in the
Yep.
background, whatever I have to do, and have fun and then build a following. I'll do that for people if they want me to. I've got 25,000, people. So
Yep.
if I've got the time and it doesn't conflict with one of my programs, hit me up on Instagram. We'll do
Hmm.
it. No big deal. I'll open it up for you. I'll even take myself off screen and let you do your thing. Um,
Yes.
it'll be in your room, I guess, right? Because so I mean, we just need to work
I'm going
together.
to
I'm
use a
sorry, Eric
term
hasn't
that
been able to
I've
talk.
used for years is some people now, let's say if you only have 40 followers total, you're going to have to piggyback off of someone else, period, and
With
build it.
9,960, I believe, other people.
Yes. Well done. Um,
Why are you no longer favored, Badges? And I didn't know I'm a realm. I kind of like that. I think Michael likes that too. The realm of revolution. That's interesting.
I just love that you're activated. That was the highlight for me. I love
Activated.
that. You're activated. You're full
I am
throttle
activated, my
boogie. I
friend.
love that. You are. Yes. I'm activated and full throttle boogie all night long here with Rev. Yeah. You can use that if you want.
Listen, Badges is used to be the
Hmm.
preeminent co-host, and now she hosts herself. Badges, I love you, Badges. I think you're really good at what you do, and I know we all have egos. I do, and I know all kinds of things happen within these kind of groups. But hey,
Yeah.
I'm here for everybody. I'm here for I'm here for the group. I'm here for the collective.
You know what happened to me? I went to Walmart one day and I was buying some vegan sausage and I
Hey,
misplaced
sweetie.
my ego there. I haven't been able to find it since.
Oh my
Yeah,
God.
it's just
I've
yeah.
got I got
Even
one
though they
big enough
call
for
me a
both of us,
pompous
brother.
ass on here every day,
I got one
it's
I got one big enough for both of us. It is
you and
it
I.
is
You
so
and I
big.
think have been beaten around a bit. Yeah, you
Us?
know what?
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
I don't have
yeah.
any
Not
I've been
simultaneously or in the same room, but
right, but
the
I've been
yeah,
married twice. I literally have no feelings left. They were beaten out of me.
yeah.
By two wonderful women, don't get me wrong, but they still beat the
I do
feelings
want
out
to
of me.
address something. There is a segue here instead of being strange. If you're going to broadcast, have a format. If you're going to broadcast, have a backbone. Can you talk about having a backbone?
Me.
You,
Who? I think
because people are
I'm
going
not
to say
exactly
mean
sure.
things.
What's
People are
that?
going to say mean things. People are going to talk
Oh,
behind your
yeah.
back.
Oh my God. You can't
People are going to shit
freaking
on your
bully
product.
me. You can't bully me. You can't hurt me. Say
Yeah.
whatever you want about me. I
Well,
am
we.
freaking amazing. I'm good at what I do. I
Hmm. Hi,
love
sweet
doing
pea.
it. And I love people.
Yeah, you do love people. I do get
I
that.
do.
I
I
genuinely
do.
get you love
And
people.
I was called, look, here, hold on.
Hmm.
Wait. Yes, I have pants on. Just kidding.
Good, good,
All right.
good.
See,
Thank you.
you know, like I was called Jabba the Hutt the other day. Like, well, I mean, what the fuck? He's kind of famous. Oh, sorry,
Yeah,
swearing. What the heck? He's kind of famous. Call me what you want.
yeah.
You really can't hurt my feelings. You know what I mean? Like, that's not going to happen. And I am gonna. I put a little video out a few hours before the little get together. And I
Hmm.
think I said it pretty straight. You can look at my Instagram, you can look at my Twitter, and I think I paraphrased myself. I basically said, I'm excited. Is this what it used to be? No. Do things change? Yes. It's called business. If you're confused, it's what it is. Business is business. And I think that this has been, this is this this app has changed my life. I have
In what
new
way?
businesses that I'm a
Okay.
well. So we're working on a reality show that is
Hmm.
based on filmmaking and screenwriting. that we are going to pitch to Netflix, Amazon Prime, CBS All Access, and some of these places. It probably won't fly. Most of these deals don't, but maybe we'll put it on here. You know what I mean? I've got
Mhm.
another development deal that we're working on in producing another film with somebody else, with one of my creative
Mhm.
partners. All of that stuff has just happened in the last year because of HAPS, because of the connections I've made. And in
Yeah.
fact, the thing that we're trying to work on with the reality show is directly. I can chart that one through HAPS to David Newman, and David
Mhm.
Newman was at a screening of a film by a guy named Jim Jones. Tragically, Jim Jones, what a name! And Jim came on my show, and it was great. We had a great time. Jim and I became friends, and Jim connected me to the director of his current No Trophies film,
Mhm.
and that's Dania Denise, and we're working on projects together. So literally, Haps has been putting money in my pocket and potential
Yeah.
money in my pocket, having nothing to do with awards or anything else, because it's about networking and connections and behind the scenes. And that's where it's at.
It's 111, Eric, right now. We're in the power.
Oh,
Um,
yes.
so Joseph is saying, I pitched a deal with Netflix, but sadly, here, I'm going to scroll back down
I'm
here.
scrolling back.
Yeah. But sadly, they didn't have an interest in midget horseback riding.
Oh, FX does though. I've seen that show. I've seen that
Yeah.
show.
I think it's got potential. Don't give up. But there's many famous people who have pitched 200, 300 ideas, but had one or two work. That's all you need.
Oh
So
heck yes.
keep
I mean,
swinging in
look.
the ring
Hmm.
and believe in yourself. And I've always loved your product, and I've said that from the beginning. Um, I've always considered myself to be an odd duck. I think you're an odd duck, but you're a
Hmm.
likable odd duck. And why be ordinary when you can be extraordinary? And not
Amen to
everyone's
that,
going
my
to
friend.
like you.
Yeah. Well, look. Like, no, like, oh my gosh, so many people in this chat right now have
Hmm.
committed so much of their life over the last year to this
Good point.
venture that I understand that it can hurt if it doesn't, feel the way you thought it was going to feel. But
Yes.
I said it. I've been out of the inner circle for
Hmm.
months, and not one thing here,
Hmm.
not one feature, not one well, the only thing that did catch me by surprise, I will say, is the 10,000 thing, but um, all of this was expected. You could see it coming if you paid
Why did
attention.
that? Okay, just back up a bit. Why did
Mhm.
that shock you? Because I saw that coming.
Yeah, see, well, you've been around more, and I want to know about you seeing it coming. It didn't. It makes total sense from a standpoint of bandwidth. It makes total sense from this is still a closed loop, and they want to have control, and it's
Yeah.
their baby. I can give you five other reasons why it makes sense to have that limit. I can
Yeah.
also give you five reasons why it can be hurtful to people.
Yeah.
It can feel negative, but you've already come up with a solution. And I've come up with a solution. Eric, I don't know you're OG man, right? You're in, right? You can broadcast.
Yeah, but I've given the grandfather clause. I've only got like 1.8 followers.
Right. Okay. So you're grandfathered in, but what can you have a maximum of four people on here on the screen at any one time?
That's
Michael, do
it.
we know? Okay.
That's it. Yeah.
So if you're grandfathered in, woohoo, yay. If you've got a bunch of followers and you can help other people get on, help them get on. Hold on a second. Let's see what Joseph says. You guys realize that the founders cut the HAPS community update shows, right? No more creator spotlight, no more Q&A, no more HAPS takeover. Um, yes, I guess I kind of knew that.
They
I
trimmed the fat on
also,
everything. They did.
hmm?
They trimmed the fat on everything. I've been
Well,
using the analogy of
mhm.
like I weigh 220 pounds. If I woke up tomorrow and I was 140, that's what they did to Haps. Am I?
Well, look, they didn't get $45 million. They got 4.5. I can tell you right now that
Hmm.
in terms of the amount of resources, they probably had to hire people outside of HAPS to work on all this back end programming. And this is a ground up new thing.
Yeah.
Not, they built this from the ground up, I think,
It's a
is what I've
startup.
heard.
It's a startup. Don't
Yeah.
forget
And
that
it's the
it's a
third
start.
iteration of a
And it's
startup.
beta. And the other thing is too, and people, if you're feeling hurt, just dust yourself off, work hard, and you'll get the followers. It's not that difficult. The other thing is, if some fat old guy like me can end up with 47,000 followers, anybody can do it. It's not like I
You
look in
got
the
something
mirror and go,
special, though, Michael. I mean, people
"My
like you.
God, I'm beautiful. Thank you.
I know
Thank you
you and
so
I
much."
together, whew, and
Listen,
with
you could
Eric, oh
drive
my God,
you could
I can
drive a
barely
car
look at
up
the
my
screen.
nostril. That's how sexy I am. It's a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
I'm loving your
Um,
tree back there, by the way.
oh
Yeah,
yeah,
we're
that's
digging
it's
your
not
tree,
really
man.
there.
I was
It's a
gonna
green
ask you
screen.
if that was like a green screen.
It is. This is from Unsplash,
Yeah.
and I modified it a little, but the paper plate that's bouncing my light, that's real.
Here's the thing. We are all of us, and please listen to this. If you've listened to anything I've said, we are in a basement opportunity here. You guys are basically building something here. And if this flies, even 5 years, you can say, I was there at the beginning. We lost
Can you
Rev.
imagine 5 years from now if you've dedicated yourself to this? Um, just how much fun, how many different
Yeah.
opportunities you're going to have. Look, it's different. I was talking to a longtime broadcaster today,
Hmm.
and we were on the phone for a couple of hours talking about all this stuff, and they're not happy, and they're primarily not happy because they feel like the 10,000 thing is discriminatory and all this stuff. And I mean, I get their feelings 100%, and like I said, I don't like it either. But um,
Start your own platform up then.
well,
Seriously,
right, but I
there's
mean,
rules on everything. Listen, I've been on this. This actually pisses me off, and I don't get
mhm.
pissed off a lot. YouTube. I spent 10 effing years to get enough followers to go live. It took me 10 years. So go cry somewhere else. Here's the thing. Since I've been on Haps,
Mhm.
I went from having 2,000 followers on YouTube, did very little on there except occasionally cast a few things that were ridiculous. Randy Horton today, him and I did a show. He says, Michael, you and I, we are the kings of mediocre. And I went, you're right.
Amen, brother. I
Yeah, we
mean,
we we got the
um,
mediocre slot going.
it is hard to grow on YouTube. Hey, look, I want to do something. I saw somebody use the word meta. By the way, Facebook is not rebranding. Facebook will never be called Meta. Meta is the parent corporation of Facebook.
Yes.
Your
Yes.
Facebook is never going to change and say the words Meta. Even though Mark Zuckerberg is a kooky, wacky robot, he's not
Yeah.
that stupid. And Facebook is never going to be Meta. It's just the parent corporation.
Yeah.
If that's bothering any of you
But
guys, but
but Rev, isn't it really Bookface? Because that's what all the old people call it. Are you on
Bookface.
Bookface? Are you on Bookface, sir? Yeah, I'm on
I'm only on
Bookface.
Facebook because I feel like I'm held hostage because I have to be for my businesses. Oh, and that's what I wanted to say too. Look, when I was talking to my friend, the creator on here, a
Hmm.
longtime creator, they're not. This is not their. They have a total other career. This is something they do because they love it, and it serves a very specific purpose, and
Yeah.
that is a very valuable purpose to the community. But this is my thing. This is what I do. I have to make the adjustments because this is how I'm, making my living. So I'm making decisions differently than they are because
Hmm.
these are business decisions. They're very upset about the 10,000 thing and are probably won't broadcast again, unfortunately, because of it. And and I'm not happy about it either, but I've made the decision that this is still makes business sense for me to be here. And so that's what I'm going to do.
You know what Nazim said? If I drop Facebook, my mom will kill me.
I was huge on
Yeah.
MySpace. Oh my
Yeah,
gosh.
he was huge. Huge.
I wish I could
Y-
find my old MySpace account.
Oh, I still have it. It's abandoned though. Nothing works. It's just floating in space. It's like space junk. Did you know that MySpace offered Facebook 750,000 for the platform many years ago?
MySpace
Not
offered.
million, thousand.
Oh, they were selling themselves to Facebook. You mean?
No, they went to them and said, "Look, we're the giants. We want to buy you for seven
For
hundred
less than $1
fifty
million.
thousand." Yeah,
Wow,
yeah,
that's
yeah.
wild.
So,
That's
so
wild.
what I'm basically saying is, everybody here is Facebook in the infancy, and you have the
Yes,
ability to overtake MySpace.
you're on the ground
And don't
floor.
and stop whining. Dust yourself off. You can do it. If two old farts like us can do it, you can do it. If Randy can do it, you can do it.
Oh God,
It-
yes. I mean, he's so handsome, but otherwise,
let's not go there. I was just
look,
on his I was just
look.
on his broadcast.
Pretty people like
Hmm.
me, I get it. It's hard,
Hmm.
to compete with me. But yes, dude, like if I can look, I didn't come to Periscope with any followers. I
Yeah.
have 21,000 Twitter followers, but I literally, when I was on Periscope, like my mother didn't even watch me. And I brought nobody. So every
Yeah.
view I got on here, you know where I got it from? From all of you who collaborated, who came on the show, who
Hard work,
watched. All my
buddy.
stuff was
No,
original
I totally
views.
disagree. You showed up, you worked hard, you failed, you showed up, you worked hard. Joe Rogan, I don't know if people know this. The first 5 years he was on, the only people that watched him were his friends that were comedians. He used to get 200 people on his show. That's it.
Yeah,
That guy makes
right,
over 100 million a year now.
right. And he's,
And he's
yeah.
higher than a kite all the time, but we won't go there either. But
And he's, oh man, I could make so many Joe Rogan jokes, and I
I
can't.
love him though. I love him. He
Um,
is a little out there, but I
look,
can't
he's out
throw
there because it sells sausages, man. I mean,
no,
he's
I
an
think he's out
entertainer.
there. I totally
Well, of
disagree. I
course,
think he's out there, period. I don't think he doesn't need the money now. I
well,
think that's who
no,
he is. He doesn't need
right.
to talk about the
I
benefits
mean,
of
I'll
mushrooms.
do
Come on.
this. I'm doing this for basically free, and I'll do it for 100 million. Either way, it works for me.
But I can see you having your own series someday. I've always thought that.
Well, that's the goal, my friend. We're working at it.
Yeah.
The film festival show that we did, which is such a blast. It's got a
Hmm.
couple of issues because film festivals don't want when you come to their film fest, they don't want your film available on another platform during that time. So I'm working out those kinks, and I'm working out a
Yeah.
couple of copyright kinks. But we're going to bring that show back to Haps, and we're going to play around with it a little bit, and then we're taking it right again to the folks and trying to get it on some other platforms, or ideally my production company, which is RevMac Live Productions. I guess we're technically an LLC now. Is
Hmm.
gonna try to sell that
Yep.
to some places and keep it on Haps. I want to control everything and own everything. But the first idea, here's the thing, folks, with ideas, especially in entertainment, your first idea needs to be good enough to get your second idea bought, because your first idea isn't going to get you anything. You're not going to get a great deal, but you need to have two really good ideas.
Yeah.
Preferably, your best
Rev,
idea is your
you need
second
to read.
idea.
You need to read some of these comments. They are just showing you love here. I think it might be good for
Oh,
your emotional tank here. Your shows are great, Rev, and they are like you've got the goods. I've always thought that. I from the first time I saw you, I was like, okay, this guy's got something, and you do. And I've had people go, I think you and I have been called everything under the
oh
sun.
yes.
I was on a
But let me
broadcast
check my DMs.
yesterday. Yeah, yesterday. This is I was on Randy's show. I was the only person. No, that's not true. Walt was in there too, and we both put because
Thanks, Leslie. Sweet pea.
when you're on StreamYard, you can put your name in, and I put Michael Loves Haps TV, and then
Mhm.
I think also Walt did, and the rest of them, it just became this spooing fest, like literally take, and they were spooing shit. That's all they were doing, right? So
Look,
so I had someone in the comments say, "Don't trust Michael. He is the devil.
he's a
He will
hapster.
he will run you over with his Haps bus and drag you around the block.
I heard this story. I'll get right on. You know what? I used to drive a bus when I was in college. I drove a school
Yeah.
bus. I was called. Wait a minute. This is crap. It'll come back to me. But look, if you can come up with more creative names to call me, I'm all for it, because bad publicity is fine with me. So call me whatever you want. I'm here for it.
I had a friend, you know what he used to say? He used to say this to women. He goes, I don't care if you love me or you hate me. I just need you thinking about me.
Okay. Yeah, it could be slightly creepy, but I get it. Look, if
Just
you're
a
a
wee bit.
55-year-old white man, you just are creepy. That's just the way of the world
Yeah.
these days.
I'm
Deal with it.
58 going on 59. I'll be 59
Ooh.
April 24th.
Ooh, I did one of those TikTok or Instagram filter things to see how old you were. Damn thing said I was 29. I saved that one. I'm like,
I
ooh,
bet you did.
I saved
Because,
it for sure.
hey, technology's correct until it tells you you're 90, 90, 99, 99.
Well, you know how you know, Michael, that you're
Yeah.
old?
What?
When only old people think you're young.
Yes. Yes. But
An
I'm
80-year-old
proud of
woman?
us. I'm really proud of us, and I'm proud of Walt, and I'll tell you why I'm proud of us. It takes a lot of guts at our age to come on here on a young platform and try to be relevant. And you and I and Walt and a few other contributors have been successful, and including Randy. And you know, I know he's better looking than us, and you brought that up earlier. But tenacity will win the game, and showing up. And if you show up every day, and that's the key. Yeah, and you will get. Listen, if you're worried about 10,000 followers, you shouldn't be on this platform. Period.
If you're grandfathered in, the 10,000 followers
You're
things
lucky.
suck, but enjoy this. Be glad that you're grandfathered in.
But build
Somebody
it.
just gave us some
Yeah,
hearts.
thank you. Yeah. But believe in yourself. That's what I'm just saying is,
Yeah.
like, if you can have a schmuck like me who can end up with, I think it's 47,000 or something, some goofy number. It doesn't mean anything. The content means something.
Oh, for sure. People ask me all the time, you know, in my infinite wisdom. This is fun, Michael, by the way. I'm enjoying this. I
Good. I'm
love
glad
not
you
being
are.
the host, by the
Yeah.
way. But they're like, dude, like, you know, you went from nothing to slightly less than nothing. I want to do that too. What do I do? Be yourself. If people like you, then you're rocking and rolling. If you need to change a little your personality, okay, fine. You tried it out, but don't try to be somebody else. It won't work. People will know that you're not genuine, and you won't get any kind of following. Be yourself, and I guarantee you I don't know how many billion people are on the planet. You'll find a following. Will it be 50,000 people or a million people and make you a big living? I don't know. If that's what you want to do, we'll talk. I'm happy to help with some other things like that. But if you're just here to have some fun, man, have some fun. I'm already digging the format, right? I mean, this whole 2x3 thing on the mobile phone.
But look how stable it is. Look at how stable it is. And this is going to be on YouTube, and we'll be side by side there. It'll be, I guarantee you, we'll have landscape there. So we'll be side by side. And you won't be dominating me as you are now. You know,
the voice,
you're above me.
I will. Let's talk about that interview. So the landscape thing. When I knew that landscape was going to be an issue, when this stuff started smelling like it was coming 6 months ago.
Hi, Lenny. Hi, Walt.
I was devastated. I'm like, I'm a landscape guy, but
you sound like Colin.
That's
what Colin was pissed.
Yeah, but look at me right now. It's a pretty wide shot up here on top, right?
Yeah.
I can live with this. And
I think it's slimming. For us, it's good.
Well, look, folks,
I think we need to add to the illusion.
If you feel like you're overweight on camera, let me give you a little tip. Get yourself OBS. Oh, wait a minute. And you got to change it to transform. Hang on. Edit transform. I think I do it this way. Do I do it no bounds or I do it stretch to bounds? I think. Hang on a second.
Yes. Okay. He's going to make himself like a
Oh,
pencil.
doggone it! It's not working.
Doggone it. Yeah.
I was going to make myself skinny. Hang on a second.
Well, in the
Come on.
last year, I've lost. What have I lost now? 35 pounds.
Good for you.
And Randy's lost 35 pounds. And look at that. You see, and you can disappear. He's gone.
Well, I made myself smaller.
Yes.
But you can make yourself skinnier on OBS, folks. It can be done. But I'm not vain like that anymore.
Tell me what you like about before I go, tell me what you like about the platform.
Well, the collaboration, the people.
No, I mean the new Haps. I'm not talking about the new Haps. I'm talking about what you're seeing right now, or do not know. It's really
I haven't
simple.
been on enough live to know, but I am not.
By the way,
I am not at all like freaked out like I thought I would be. This will work. I can make this work. I can have a featured musician at the top of the screen. I can have a featured filmmaker at the top of the screen. I mean, I like the fact that I can be split in half and not be relevant, because as the host, my job is to facilitate the dialogue, get the conversation going, get interesting things happening. I have a giant ego, so I do like it to focus on me, of course. Yeah. But I mean, that's really not my purpose. So yeah. I mean,
but it's content. We're here to make, content. If you're not here to make content, just go on Facebook, go on Facebook Live, go on wherever. There's a lot of other platforms where they really don't care. Part of the problem with Periscope is it became a cesspool with trolls and everything else. You couldn't even get on there. The quality wasn't great. This is mind-blowing quality. This is unbelievable. You're crystal clear.
Yeah. I mean,
you're not glitching. I like that it's only 4 people. 8 is insane. People get left out. I think once you get over 3, you're in the zone of where someone feels left out.
I also noticed that on this system, when we talk over each other, I can hear you. On the old system, I couldn't. So that's an audio upgrade. When I'm talking over you, I can actually still hear you, because that happens a lot, right? People talk over each other and then I don't catch what you're saying.
It's because you and I are like brothers from another mother. We're going to wrestle for that time. This is what we do.
Well, listen, Michael, it sounds like you kind of want to wrap it up. And I just wanted to say that I have appreciated your voice on here for the last 24 or 36 hours. I have appreciated Linny, because I know Linny has been very encouraging to people and asking, people, look, if you got a question, I'm learning all kinds of stuff. I know Linny's been, very much wanting to give everybody, a chance to do this. And look, East Valley Paranormal, 2 or 3 other people. I broadcast, should be every night, but I haven't for a while, at 9 p.m. Central, 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Pacific. If you want to go live 1 hour after my show and you don't have enough people, that's fine. I'll get you live. You know what I mean? We'll jump into your room, we'll work the magic, and then I'll keep me off screen, for God's sakes. I'll go to sleep or I'll do some editing or whatever. But if anybody needs to be able to jump on and wants to do their thing, just hit me up. I'm happy to do that. And let's build a following for you. And, you can help the next person. So.
And that's what you need to do. But see, they want you to be able to think about what you're doing it before you do it. They don't want you to just come up and not have some form of a plan when you go up.
Yes. Well, don't you think that's true, that there were a lot of people that were really upset that nobody was watching their stuff? I remember being upset when people weren't watching my stuff, because I'm like, when are we getting Discovery? When are we getting Discovery? Well, it's like RTMP or whatever that is. Never, because we're not there yet. You know what I mean? It's not in the business plan. But my gosh, this is a powerful group of people. The inner group of 50 people or whatever that, make up the core of this platform. That core is still going to be here no matter who's sitting at the top of the feed and no matter what they're doing. And the other thing I want people to just kind of think about, because everybody's kind of freaked out about the musicians stuff and all that. These musicians are playing copyrighted music without any ramification. That will not last when
I
this
agree.
platform goes super
Yeah.
live. So
Oh, I
they are
agree.
not planning on making this platform a musician's platform unless they're doing originals.
Yes.
Trust
Thank you for
me.
the award. Thank you, Eric. Yeah. Thank you. So when you see hearts come up,
Hmm.
we're getting an award. So if you get these burst of hearts, that means
Oh,
you got
Eric
an
sent
award.
that to me. Oh,
Yeah.
Eric.
See, there's love there. And that's a great thing,
Thank you,
by the
brother.
way. You can send an award to anybody in the room. I love
Oh,
that.
that's cool. Hold
Yeah.
on.
Listen,
Wait
when
a
I
minute.
get seconds, I feel upset. So, you shouldn't even have sent it. I'm only no, but
Well, you know what? I argued with the powers that be a little bit. I'm like, I don't
Walt, are
know if
you
I,
coming up?
hold on. Let me find. Oh, here we go. Let's see. Why don't you
Have you have
fill
have
me
you
up?
figured out how to use this, by the way? I want to give you a little tip if you haven't used it. So there's a little man. It looks like a snowman. So you have to invite the people with the little man. And then you got to hit the little man again, and they're in the backstage. So let's say I really pissed you off the night before. Okay. Let's
Hmm.
say that you and I got in this wicked argument and I called you everything, but you invited me up, and then you can leave me backstage. And you can leave me backstage as long as you want. And you could even get on and go, Michael, I really think I need to think about what you said and did. But sir, there's been 72 guests. I think we might have time for you at the end of the show.
Put
Okay,
you in the
thank you.
timeout. How do I give Leslie an award? How do I give somebody in the room an award?
You can't do that. You have to be on, I think.
Oh, you have to be on. Okay.
I
All right.
think.
Gotcha.
I don't know. What do I know? I'm just a man.
I don't know.
I- yeah.
Look.
Do you ever find that you feel like you're 30, but then your body reminds you how
Oh,
old you are?
dude, I'm 15 until I see the mirror. I'm like, what the F?
Who's
Like,
that old
seriously.
dude? Who's that
I
guy?
wake up in the morning and I'm like, all right, I am so hot, so strong, so fast, freak.
So
there's the
Leslie
mirror.
wants us to read the last comment, and then it says ER nurse, but it's got some strange code. Click heart, then scroll to the person you want to give it to.
Ooh, thank you.
Oh,
Click
but
heart.
and I think that's the last comment. Did I do that right, Sweet Pea?
I think
I
you
love
did.
Sweet Pea. Can you do me a favor? Name about 5 or 10 broadcasters on Haps that you enjoy their content.
Oh my gosh. Deanna, Dr. Hooper,
Okay.
Badges, and you, and
Well done. Yeah. You
my
see how I played that? That was beautiful. Okay, go ahead.
yeah, I put you third because I didn't want to,
Yeah.
pump you up too much.
Yeah.
And man, look, there isn't a broadcaster on here that I don't support. There are broadcasters on here that their shows or their whatever are not particularly interesting to me. But first and foremost, and like you said, like, I know I want to tell this little story because people
Sure.
calling people names. So, my current wife, my second wife,
Yes.
her first husband, most definitely not her last husband. She's younger than me. Her family, when we got together, they are from the Caribbean, and they are, culturally can be a little different. But the rumor was that there's Howard Street here in Chicago. We lived on Howard at that time, and I was not well liked. And so the rumor was I was knocking up women up and down Howard Street. You know what I mean? Like like I was some kind of like gigolo, just knocking up random Jamaican women across the city of Chicago. So I mean, you can call me whatever you want. The rumors are, they might even be true, but you can't hurt me. You can't hurt me.
Thank you for the award. I think they were for both for me. I'm not sure. It just it's if it's for you, it'll say you.
Yeah,
I'm learning.
So.
Yeah. But show please this man some love in the future.
Oh, thank you. You know what? Show all of your creator friends some love. The currency that we have here, you know what I mean? Just spread it around.
I like that. That's beautiful. That could be a shirt. The currency we have here, just spread it around. That's gorgeous. That warms the cockles of my heart. It really does. It's beautiful. Sorry, Michael, you have me in the dark here. What does this mean? Still early.
It's not dark. Is it dark over there?
It's dark. No, I mean in the Habs experience. I think he's being a smart ass. That's all right.
Is anybody? Wait a minute. Oh, Eric's. Oh, I see. Eric sent me that love burst in my room, where I am
Yes.
still currently broadcasting.
Yes.
Gotcha. Very
But
cool.
it's neat, and I love the fluidity of this platform. Someone called me a brown nose today. I said, you know, an occasional
my gosh.
turd.
My nose is filthy.
Yeah, well, if I rub it, the little turds come out. They just.
I've got rosacea, so it's abnormally red. I'm not a drinker. Boy, but I hate that. You know, in the winter, especially if if I slip on the ice and they see my nose, they're like, "Oh, look at that drunk." But anyway, I love this platform. I love the people. Please just help each other out. Give these guys a little time. Look, David, Drew, and Mark, they got together to create something, and it had a very specific mission and a very specific focus. At some point, I don't know, but I think they're like, okay, let's open this up a little bit. See if we can keep the original idea around journalism and changing the face of journalism and communities going. Let's open it up a little bit. It didn't happen. It didn't work.
Right.
And so you've invested years into this thing, and you've got lots of data, and you're like, look, we have built a great platform. And in fact, the broadcast system that we had before, that's worth money. Somebody could buy that. A browser-based system that they had at the level of sophistication they had, flaws and all, is worth money. So I would imagine, hopefully, they're trying to shop that around.
You know what? They may have already sold it.
They may have.
They may have already sold it to build this. You don't know.
No, exactly right. And so
someone else could have bought the rights to the old one, and now they're building a new one. Good for them.
Right.
It's like taking a house and flipping it.
Right. When you're within your right to
you got another
not
word
be happy
here,
about
sir,
the platform. I just want to remind people
from Trip Morton. He sent you an award ×2.
Oh, thank you, Trip.
What?
And look, I know like we're not following each other and things are weird or whatever, but please follow me. And if I'm not following you, let me know. But I just want people to kind of think about this for a minute. Think about the folks that actually have a salary and get paid at Habs, not the founders, just the people that work there every day. We know them, a couple of them, 3 of them, we're close. So when you are lashing out against the founders or the changes, those guys, this is their job. And think of the rock and hard place they're in, because they love you. I know they've gone to bat for you. I know they've gone to bat for all of us on specific things. But you're not just, when you're going after the founders, you're going after those folks too, because they've put their heart and soul into this. So give them a couple of weeks at least, for goodness sake.
Buddy, that's so, you know what? That's a great place to end it. We're going to end it there because it can't get sweeter than that. Peter, Pablo, anybody that we're missing that are in the trenches, those 2 guys, I know it's been hellish. It's going to be hellish for the next couple of weeks. And if you live near them, buy them a dinner, buy them a coffee and real.
Yeah, right.
Right. Mark knows I love him. And I've said that from the beginning. And part of the reason I put so much effort into this format was I believed in him, not so much apps.
Right.
I met him and I thought, you know what? If I can be a smidgen of the piece that helps drive this forward, and all it takes is 100 collaborators that really are passionate about it, you can build something magnificent.
100%. Thank you, everybody. For the nice comments there. I appreciate that, and the hearts or whatever that they are. Let me say this: Mark Goldman is an interesting dude who has done amazing things and does not have to do this. David Newman, my God, do you know who David Newman is, folks, in terms of what he's done in media?
I do.
Do you know that he ran Disney Television? Do you know that he got Anderson Cooper to come from behind the Cooper behind the Cooper from behind the camera and get in front of it. I can name 10 other things about him and BlackRock, his production company, and all these things. Those guys do not have to do this. They do not have to beat their heads against the wall to make
No,
this thing
it's a
happen.
passion project. It's a passion
Yes, it
project.
started out as a passion project. And
Yeah.
this is what I wanted to say.
Sure.
The format has changed. Things are different. Peter and Pablo and all those folks, guess what? They still have their jobs. I would think that David, Drew, and Mark, on some level, are trying to make these changes so they can keep the business going, so those guys can get paid, right? So that the people can make a nice living off of this, so we can get paid. I know there's the controversy about who can broadcast or not, but I guarantee you, I got my $200 every time I cashed out. I was never worried about getting it. I think in the last year I've made something under $2,000 or something, on the platform,
Mhm.
and you know
You and
they,
I
they
could
didn't have
sit
to.
on the corner and play guitar and make more money. We could,
Oh,
for the
I
amount of
mean,
hours we
God, I
put
could
in.
start
Yeah,
modeling. I mean,
and I'm in the same boat as you. Roughly the same. And
yeah,
I've never honestly taken a dime out.
Bitcoin. I know.
I'm wondering if, and he doesn't like I bring this up, but I would love that we get paid in crypto. So I'm
Oh,
in
hey, I'm all for it. In fact, if you go to $ Revolution M, you can pay me in crypto right now.
I love you.
Venmo too. Revolution
Listen,
underscore McInnes. Crypto all
we're
day
gonna
long.
wrap it up. I'm gonna give you another
Okay.
30 seconds. So tell me what you, and then we'll wave and say goodbye to the people.
Yeah, look, listen, love people. It's the answer. Love each other. Give these guys, especially the folks that actually work at HAPS, that are drawing a salary, that are paying their rent, that are feeding their dogs and their families, and all of these kind of things. Give them a break. Let this thing kind of go where it's going to go. Be what we've always been, which is a tight group who works together to make this work. If you got a brother or a sister that can't broadcast, help them out, for God's sakes. Get them up here. That's what it's about.
Peace, love, soul, be kind to one another. And listen,